Hello, I'm Park Ranger Dan Stevens. I'm here for DeSoto's Living History videos. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the 1760s and what we call the Second Intermediate British Period, or what we call the British period here in Florida. Now, the British period in Florida lasted from 1760 to about 1780, a good period of about 20 years. The reason that Great Britain was no longer here was, of course, in 1780, the end of the American Revolution. Great Britain had to vacate all of its North American properties, including Florida here. But it's interesting how Great Britain got a hold of Florida in the first place. In the 1760s, Europe had just finished another war. A war called the 7 Years' War, or the War of Austrian Succession, and over here we called it the French and Indian War. During the Treaty of Paris, Spain had feared losing Cuba to Great Britain, which it captured during the progress of that war. And during the Treaty of Paris, Spain traded the land of La Florida for Cuba, which had more political and geographic ties to the Spanish New World Empire. Great Britain took over Florida immediately, establishing small plantations like New Smyrna, as well as Kingsley's and other places up in Jacksonville. Florida would prosper a little bit underneath the British rule. One thing Great Britain did learn during that period was that Florida was too long to rule all at once. So it had to establish two territorial capitals in the land of La Florida. One being the traditional Spanish capital of St. Augustine, which would be the capital of East Florida. And Great Britain would establish a small fishing town and make that into Pensacola, the capital of the West Florida territories. What would then transpire is that if a letter had to be delivered from St. Augustine to Pensacola, British ships would sail all around the length of Florida rather than go through the dark wilderness between St. Augustine and Pensacola. Also during this time, many Native American refugees from wars being fought against Native American people up north would start to trickle down into Florida as well at this time. This would give birth to the Miccosukee and Seminole people, who were people traditionally from Alabama, the Carolinas, and as far north as Virginia. Now, Great Britain would end up vacating all of its territories in 1780, and at the end, Florida would go back into the hands of the Spanish due to their assistance and aid during the American Revolution. Florida's contribution into the American Revolution was rather small and a minor footnote. Florida's King's Loyal Rangers, as well as loyal English militia units, would never be deployed north to assist the armies of General Lord Cornwallis or others, mostly due to the threat of a Spanish incursion, which did occur in 1779, which Spanish forces did raid and take the city of Pensacola, seizing the territorial governor of British West Florida, and thus tying up Florida militia units and ranger units that could not go north to reinforce Lord Cornwallis and his southern campaign, which would then ultimately end a year or so later at the Battle of Yorktown, where Cornwallis would be cornered by the armies of George Washington, French armies of Rochambeau, and would bring a quick end to the American Revolution, giving America its independence. Just traditionally out here at DeSoto National Memorial, most of our British period consists of British Marines and other units moving through the area as they hunt down territorial pirates and try to put an end to illegal trade, it be sugar, rum, or enslaved people moving from the coastlines of Florida through the Caribbean. Thank you for listening, and hopefully soon you'll be able to join us at DeSoto National Memorial. Directly concluding this talk, we will be shooting the Brown Bess, which is a traditional weapon used by English forces throughout the 1700s into the early 1800s. We hope you enjoy it and have a great day.
Shoulder, arms. Secure, arms. Shoulder, arms. Search, arms. Return rammer. Shoulder arms. Recover arms. Handle cartridge. Prime. Shut pan. Charge with cartridge. Draw rammer. Ram down cartridge. Return rammer. Shoulder firelock. Poise firelock. Cock firelock. Take aim. Fire. Recover firelock. Half cock firelock. Shoulder arms. Secure firelock. Shoulder arms. Search firelock. Draw rammer. Return rammer. Shoulder arms. Order arm.